12? The proper 12? I don't like the proper 12. The proper. Are you a Conor McGregor fan? Do you like proper 12? I don't think it's good. Have you had it, Creez? No, you haven't?
I haven't had proper 12.
I haven't had proper 12. Not at all. Not at all. So yeah, last night, it was March 13th, and we had something happen, which was a red moon.
That shit was cool as hell.
Did you happen to see it?
No, I didn't get to see, but I seen everybody posting on their stories.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I hate y'all. Like, it was amazing though.
It's like, wow, you were up at 4 a.m.?
Yeah, like it was crazy. I was waiting for it. I'm like, oh no, the moon looks normal, but there, long and behold, middle of the night. I'm like, oh yeah,
the red moon. It was like an eclipse of some sort, and it's one of those eclipses that you don't need any of those special glasses. I thought the moon was looking nice last night.
Absolutely,
it was winking at me. I winked back. So I
gotta wink back.
I knew I was talking to someone, and I just no one. But was I talking to a person? Was I talking to the moon? Who knows? Was that shit real, bro? Have we been to the moon?
I don't. You know what? I think we have, but here's the thing, though. I think there's a reason we ain't go back. I think we went there and it was a bunch of alien niggas, and they was like, bro, like they was just not with it. They was like, yo, y'all go back to the motherland, and we'll leave you alone.
Have we never been back to the moon since the first time? Is that a fact?
Yeah, we haven't stepped foot on there.
Bullshit. I'm gonna have to check that right now, bro. Because if we've only gone that one time, then did it really happen? How many times have Americans been to the moon?
I know it was the one giant step. What? I forgot what he said. That was a bar, though. It was a bar.
It was one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I want to know what he thought of. Like, what was he smoking that made him say, yo, I'm about to put the, yo, Buzz, don't even worry about it, bro. I'm about to put this together.
So it says here that we've been at the moon 12 times.
12 times?
12 times.
Like a human?
Yes. Americans have landed on the moon 12 times during the Apollo program, with 6 crewed missions between 1969 and 1972.
So here's where the problem is, right? What happened after 1972 where they was like,
that we didn't go back?
Yeah.
I get it. I get what you're saying. Now, also, there was that movie Apollo. I think it was like Apollo. I don't think Apollo 13 was, I think, a good movie. But then I think there was like an Apollo 6 that was like a horror movie on the moon.
Yeah.
Right? Do you remember that?
If I vaguely remember that movie.
Apollo 6 or whatever it was. And yeah, they made it like a scary type of situation. So I don't know. It's possible. The dark side of the moon. Yeah,
that's another thing. What the hell's over there? Why is the moon so stingy with the backside? Like what's going on over there? That's why I'm actually a little iffy. I'm like, have we been there? Because I'm like, why didn't we go to the dark side? I think we should have dedicated the first 6 times, like, all right, we on the light side, where, we outside, we in the club. And then the other 6 is like, all right, the dark side. What's over there? I think that's where the alien is.
And why can't they set up a flashlight?
Exactly.
Like, I understand. I understand there's no outlets in space, but there is a source of power. They're able to bring power up with them in batteries and shit like that.
Absolutely. They didn't set a light up. They just left the dark side alone.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, what is it about the dark side that you guys like?
Don't get me started here, bro.
Yeah, because
we'll talk about the moon the entire podcast.
Absolutely. Like this.
We'll talk about the moon the entire podcast. I mean, one of the daunting features to me that really raised my eyebrow to whether or not we landed on the moon, if it was real or not, is the flag waving. The flag waving.
Yeah.
The photo shows that the flag was in motion.
But what's crazy? I think they could have easily. Yeah, number one, it was in motion, so which means it was a windy day up there. But the thing is, right?
But is there wind in, like if you have zero gravity and there's no atmosphere,
how is there wind? How are they jumping up like they're...
Well, because there's no gravity. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
But if there's no atmosphere, are you allowed to have wind? We have an atmosphere. We have an atmosphere. We have the fucking shout out atmosphere. But so with that and our ozone layer and everything like that, that keeps the elements, that keeps gravity within. I think that's what allows us to have wind on this planet.
So
why
you're fucking cooking?
So why was the flag in motion in that photo if there's no gravity on the moon? Then hence there shouldn't be any wind.
There shouldn't be wind.
So why was the flag in motion?
You just cracked the code. The damn flag was up there belly dancing, and there is no wind at all. You just cracked the code,
dude. That's the biggest.
No, that
thing
is actually yeah. Why hasn't anybody ever mentioned this? Like this is different. That flag was doing this motherfucker right here, and there's not an ounce of wind. It can't be wind on the moon. If the way they're describing the moon, and they're like, oh yeah, there's no gravity, there's no atmosphere. I'm like, it can't be wind on the moon. Unless it's wind on the moon and there's alien niggas on the moon.
No, unless it was faked.
It could be
unless
faked.
It was faked. I mean,
because they were in competition and they were desperately in competition with Russia.
Thing that I was gonna roll into. Come on, keep going.
They were desperately in competition with Russia, and they was probably like, look, at least if we fake it till we make it, they'll just look at it like, all right, because they can't find the proximity of the flag, so they're just gonna take it at face value. Russia's just gonna be like, I guess they go to the moon. Mm-hmm. Like, as a matter of fact, yeah, US is crafty. I'll give US some. They sneaky. They sneaky. So I do believe they could have faked the moon landing. They could have easily went to the desert and put the shit in black and white. It's gonna look just like the moon. They could have took them little shits where they got the. It's a lot they could have did.
It's a lot they could have done.
They might not have been to the moon. We might be being lied to.
At that current time, it is believable for me to understand that we did not make it to the moon. Now, in this day and age where we're at right now.
But even then, look at the planes. We can't even handle our planes. So how are we gonna go to the moon?
Bro, you know they're allowing day trips into space, right?
Are you serious?
Dead ass.
Like people can go to space just in regular life?
For a day trip. Like if you are that rich and loaded, you can go up to
space.
All
right. I figured that sound like rich people activities.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the guy who did it. He's old as hell. Damn, bro. He's like a well-known figure.
He went to space.
Yeah. And his response to it was like, he didn't feel comfortable up there because everything was new and nothing about Earth and how you grew up was relative up in that area.
It probably felt like being born again or some shit. Like, it's probably like, what the hell?
William Shatner.
William Shatner went up there? Isn't that the nigga from not Star Trek? It's Star Trek.
He's from a lot of things, yeah.
Star Trek, right? William Shatner.
Yeah, William Shatner. Yep.
Damn.
William Shatner went up there. His quote about what he saw up there was pretty human, was very human, if I'm being honest. Like, it was just like, it can make the common person understand, like, okay, maybe we don't want to go into space. Because for the longest, I've always told people, like, if someone ever came up to me and said, hey, I need you to go to space, I would take that in an instant. And then I heard his take on what he experienced, and he's like, nah, you don't want to go up there. And I was like, no, I can believe that I don't want to go up there now. I can believe that I don't want to go up there.
I mean, it doesn't sound like a fun experience. You know what it is? It sounds like a cool experience, but not a fun experience, if that makes sense.
Let me ask you this. Is the world flat, round?
You want to know something crazy?
This is conspiracy hour.
I think the world, this is a weird thing. I think it's like a fucking donut, right? I think it's round. Like what we see is round, but I think it's hollow. I think it's hollow on the inside. And you want to know something else that I really think, this is a big theory of mine. I don't think that we explored all of the world. I think everything that we know as in all of these continents, I think that's like a small piece. And I think it's probably like a lot of world that we didn't even touch.
1,000%, bro. You look at the ocean.
Yeah. What did they say? They said we haven't even
3%?
explored. Yeah.
Like, I think we've only explored 3%. It's not a lot.
For all we know, it can be fucking mermaids down there making music and shit. Like, you never know what could be going on here.
No, seriously. I mean, I follow these pages on Twitter. I'm so sorry about this podcast, guys, but here we are. I go on Twitter and, like I follow this conspiracy page and all that, just checking stuff out. And, you come across some pretty interesting articles like of statues and cities underwater.
Absolutely.
Cities underwater. I saw one that was people like in a frozen image, kind of still mummified by the water and the seaweed.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And they just haven't gone back to that area. So, it's like, it's really interesting to to think what the hell happened and how these cities and even statues are underwater.
You know what's crazy? I seen probably like the dumbest, smartest shit that I've ever seen in my life, and I couldn't even understand it. They said that they went underwater and found another ocean underwater. And I'm like, how do you find another ocean inside of the ocean? They was like, oh no, yeah, it's another ocean all the way down there. And I'm like, how?
Michael, could you do that, please? Could you get some information on that? Continue.
They had a whole, like, it was like, oh yeah, they found an ocean underwater. I'm like, how do you find an ocean underwater? How? Number one, there's only how many oceans? I'm not even.
I think there's like fucking 7. If I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's like it's not too 7. Many. Yeah, I'm just like,
there's 5 oceans. I told you 5. Come on.
Where the fuck are they finding?
Thank you, Michael.
Where are they finding these? Like, how do you find an ocean in the ocean? That's crazy. That's like finding an atmosphere in the atmosphere. Or some
Shout
shit.
out atmosphere.
Shout out atmosphere.
Look, so like the biggest like world anomaly, in my opinion, is the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes, because why does everything go down? Like, I'm gonna come clean. That's the trenches of the water. Like,
what is that, bro? They say it's the gates of hell. You know, like they'll say it's the gates of hell. It's an anomaly in itself. Your GPS, your compass goes haywire. You're like, how is it that there is a place on this planet that we can't explore without our cameras and everything that we have developed just getting destroyed and shot down?
You remember that flight? That fucking Malaysian flight that got lost? It went somewhere complete. Yep, did it go over the Bermuda Triangle?
I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. Michael's gonna have to fact check that, but I think he's got an answer for this.
Oh, yeah. There's a water reservoir 400 miles underneath the surface of like
a water reservoir.
How?
And they say it's like the same surface area as every ocean put together.
And it's
but it's probably just way deep. It's way deep in the Earth's mantle. That's what they said.
But it's crazy because, like, what is it doing there? What's the point in it?
Yeah.
Like, it's no point in you existing right there, water. Like, it's okay.
Like, well, it's like, you know, you think about when a salt and freshwater ocean meet.
Yeah, it's too.
It's like water.
It contradicts
like water
itself.
And oil.
Yeah,
it's such a clean cut between the two. It's insane.
That's crazy.
Like, how do they not get contaminated? Like, how do they not cross contaminate? And you know, what's going on here?
Yeah, what forces is there that's keeping them, like, because something's being a cock blocker with the water. Like, it's not letting them survive. Like, they can't speak, they can't do nothing. You know, the water's interesting, and we're over here trying to go to fucking outer space. Let's deep dive into the water.
I don't think they want to. I wouldn't want to.
They scared of what they might find?
I'd be terrified.
It might be some shit down there.
Think about, like, you know, you've seen Finding Nemo, right?
Absolutely.
You know the glowfish with the
yeah.
thing. Did you see that one fish that went viral because it came up?
Absolutely.
How about a fish going viral? How about that?
That is crazy.
So it came up. It lives in the depths of the ocean. If you know the fish, you know the fish. And right before it passed, it literally made its way all the way up to the top, and it passed. It saw the light, and it passed.
Really? So it wasn't even supposed to see the light.
They live deep in the, like.
Yeah, so it couldn't even go back tell the homies about it. It had to literally just live that. You know what's crazy? The fish, the lower into the ocean, the uglier the fish get too. Because it be fish like, it looks crazy.
So what do you take on a mermaid if you found one down there? You think it's going to be... All right, I've had this conversation. What does a mermaid look like?
Now, you ready for something?
Cheers, real quick. Cheers, because we're about to fucking break the glass.
Absolutely, man.
Got some Henny here. Shout out. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I don't think it looks like how it looks in the movie. I literally think, right, it's a human, but it got gills, but it got the fish top. Because how are they going to reproduce? They can't reproduce. So I'm like, in order for them to reproduce, they got the fish top. They have to have the fish top. So somebody's thinking that they're going to go find the Little Mermaid, and really the whole time it's a fish face bitch. Like, it's not what they fantasize about.
Of course not.
I think it's literally going to be a fish. And also, I do think that they're going to be like a little blubbery.
1,000%.
Because down there it's going to be so cold that they need to grow. They need the blubber.
Did you have this conversation with someone before?
Nah.
This is the first time you're having it? Because, like, that was a selling point that someone told me. Like when they asked me what does a mermaid look like, and I was like, oh, maybe it looks like a human. But I was more so on the human top side, fishy bottom side. Because they can still reproduce as fish.
Oh yeah, they could do.
Yeah. But the person had said like the mermaid or merman, they you have to you have to assume that they are heavier because they haven't been discovered for so long, and it's got to be cold down there. So they got to be somewhere where we can't travel or get to because of the immense pressure that's down there, as well as the coldness in the water. And it's very interesting when you look back at ancient civilizations and their depiction of what they saw and experienced. Prime example is the Egyptians.
Absolutely. They've seen it all. They have literally stories that they're telling through those, they've seen it all.
And to be able to draw a figure like that, I get most people have a creative bone in their body, but to be able to construct something that grand, whatever you're seeing out there, it's hard to depict that without even seeing it not once.
Absolutely.
My biggest thing is the pharaoh that looks like a dog cat, like a cat dog.
Oh, the dude who's just sitting there and he got the little thing on.
It's always got the staff too.
Yeah.
That is a very distinct character in ancient Egyptian, civilization that pops up and is respected. Exactly.
What was
his job? What was he doing?
What exactly?
If you were to ask me, he's the judge of the Egyptian, I would say, heritage or ancient belief.
Absolutely.
He's like the guy who decides if you're good or bad.
Yeah, he gives you a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Exactly. Real shit. But listen, guys, that is Conspiracies. You guys are here for episode 133 of the Middleman Podcast, featuring the man, the myth, my boy, Creez. Oh, welcome to the fucking show, my guy. Holy hell. Well, I just spilled some Henny on me. Look at me. Yeah, man. It's been a long time coming, this conversation. You and I, we've booked a podcast in the past, and we had to reschedule.
Absolutely.
A year later.
Hell yeah.
A year later.
It's crazy.
Here we are. But between that, we've had interactions, and we've built a relationship. We built a bond, bro. You're a great dude. I've always enjoyed speaking to you.
Likewise, bro.
I've digested a lot of your interviews today, man. I've digested a lot of your content today. And, although you really bring a lot of heavy hitting bars and upbeat tempos, the ones that really stand out to me are the ones that are a bit slower. Just knowing your past, knowing what you've been through. You definitely have an old man type of mentality to yourself.
Yeah, man.
Cause you just know what it is to be young and make a mistake, and you don't want to do that again. So you've changed, and you're a phenomenal dude, bro. So
thank you, bro. Same with you, man.
Of course, bro. Thank you.
Absolutely, dog.
So I want to reflect back to our first interaction. First interaction ever. Shout out Kafar Myers. Actually, today's his birthday.
Oh, really? Happy birthday.
Today, March 14th.
That's
Happy birthday,
crazy.
Kafar. You are the man. I've always seen you working, man. I know you're going to do something phenomenal.
Good dude,
you always
too,
are
man.
phenomenal, bro. One of the best.
I literally went to school with him. He's been rapping since school. Good dude right there, man.
Bro, he's a great writer, poet.
Absolutely.
Just an all-around artist. He's an artist who appreciates art and it loves being a part of it. But our first interaction was at a showcase at Kafar Myers' shop. Do you remember what that showcase was called? I'm drawing a blank.
I literally forgot. It was so long. Not too long ago.
No, it was definitely it was about 4 years ago, give or take. It was a while back, dude. It was a really long time.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called, but I know it was at the shop. It was in Carrot Square. I think
it was at his shop. It's okay. We forgot the showcase, but point being is that was a showcase, and that was I did comedy there. We've talked about it. If you've been here, you've seen it. But that was my first time ever meeting you, and that was your first performance ever.
Not ever, but it was my first performance after incarceration.
Okay.
When I came home, everybody's like, yo, just chill, live some life. I'm like, no, I want to get out there. I want to make music. I want dog. Cause I've been doing music for what, the better part of a
you were
decade?
2.
Since literally 2. Damn, yeah.
Bro, I'll do my research. You know, don't test my G, bro. Don't test my G. I do my research. Since you were 2, you know, that's what your siblings and family members are saying, that at an early age you were trying to put words together at 2.
Since 2, and I still remember my first rap. 2 years old.
Wow.
My name is Steven. They call me Weaving. The cops be coming, and I be leaving. Swear.
Wow.
That was my first rap.
Wow.
And they was like, how the hell did you come up with that? I'm like, I don't know.
I like that. That's a good one. You use that often now?
You know what's crazy?
Huh.
I used it for like my first mixtape ever, and I spit it real fast, and people thought it was some shit. I'm like, yeah, I made that shit when I was a kid.
Wow.
But it just sounded like something, because I just made it sound good. Like, I just spiced it up.
So that first performance since incarceration, dude, you fucking took the energy in the room and you lit it up, my friend. You lit it up. You have a high energy to yourself. The first song that was played was, I believe, First Day Out.
Yeah, man.
First Day Out. And dude, you had the place jumping. And there's something that you do often. I think you've grown out of this, but you took your shirt off.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of the performance. And I don't know, have you grown out of that, or is that still a trademark of Creez?
It comes and goes. Like, certain times, once I'm like, all right,
yeah,
this is a shirt off performance. It got to be a shirt off performance. Like,
what determines whether or not it is a shirt off performance?
If I see the energy on like complete high, I'm like, all right, I gotta get out. I gotta get out of my shirt. That's the only way that's gonna make this like, oh shit, this is pure savagery. He is in the middle of the stage wilding.
Yeah,
it adds an extra to like, oh shit, he's wilding right now. Like, once you come out the shirt, it's like if somebody's fighting, and it's like, all right, it's cool when they're dressed, but once somebody takes the shirt off, it's like, oh, all right,
watch out, man, watch out. They're about to fight. Yeah, no, that showcase, bro, you were in there, and what I remember vividly was a lot of people were like kind of just standing off to the sides and, you know, kind of just giving a little bit of a platform for the artist, for the performer, whoever was performing. But you chose to walk up and down through the store. Absolutely, and just like look at people too as you were performing and really capture the experience for yourself and for everyone involved.
Absolutely. You want to know one thing that I was always told to do? Since a kid, my dad, who's also a musician, he's always told me, he's like, when you perform, I don't care if it's 10 people, I don't care if it's 1 person, I don't care if it's 2 people. You need to perform like it's a damn stadium. He's like, you need to leave your heart out on the stage, because he's like, otherwise, why are you doing it? You know what I mean? So when I go and I run through the crowd, I'm looking at everybody, it's because I want them to like, oh shit.
Remember.
Yeah, I want it to be a memory in their life, because eventually, you know, I'm going to do even like, I would never switch up. When I get to the top and I'm like at my pinnacle doing a damn stadium, I fuck around, run through the whole stadium like, hey, what up, everybody? Like,
yeah, man. No, I definitely think that's a great way to do it, man. You definitely bring that energy to every performance you do. So you did that performance, right? Since it was your first one since incarceration, how monumental was that for you?
I'm not even gonna lie. I never told anybody this. I actually, right after that, I ugly cried. Like, when I got home, I ugly cried. Because I've been I sat away for 4 years of my life, and I was just waiting. I'm like, yo, I just want to be heard. Like, imagine writing. I wrote First Day Out in prison, and it took me like 3 years to write. And I was just sitting there, I'm like, I just want somebody to hear this. And then once I got out there and I did it, and I was like, yo, this shit actually went, like, that shit, it literally made, it put a big ass cap on like me coming home. It made me like, all right, bro, this is what I want to do. Because if I would have went there and I would have bombed and flopped, I would have been like, damn, maybe it's time to hang the mic up.
Damn.
Like, once that shit went so well, I was like, yo, this shit, like, that meant so much to me. And that motivated me to go do other shows and go, you know, just go even harder. You know what I mean?
I feel like you were the performance of the night that night.
Appreciate that, man.
I feel like you were the performance of the night that night. Everyone definitely took kindly to your set. They enjoyed the energy. I'm sure multiple people came up to you and spoke to you and said a thing or two.
Absolutely, man.
Do you remember one thing that was said that was like, wow, like shit, like that means a lot? It
was a dude who walked up to me. He was on a cane, and he was the guy. He announced, he's like, everybody, make sure you get your he said, everybody get your publishing, right? And then he walked up to me. He was like, "You got it." I was like, "Me?" He's like, "Yeah, you." "Me? I got it?" I was like, "Yeah, you got it, nigga." I was like, "Oh, shit." And then he was like, "Yo, you got it. You're something special." He's like, "Take my number down. We have to work." Like, I was like, damn. But it was just it was just the "you got it." Because he pointed and like, I was startled a little.
I think I know
like,
exactly who you're talking about.
the guy, right?
Yeah, he was like a producer or something.
Yeah.
He was trying to get artists from that. Yeah, I remember. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Literally, his name was Eli.
He started a radio or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I literally been to his house like a couple times. Like, literally cool dude. But when he said that shit just like, and then of course my older sister, she gave me the hug. She's like,
yeah,
"Bro, you did it." I was like, "Nah, chill, sis, because I'm about to start crying." Like,
so like the confidence, right? Going into that first performance as compared to now. Okay, where would you gauge your confidence level going into that first ever performance since the incident?
Ready to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
I'm nervous every time. Before I go on the stage, I'm nervous every time. And I have a method, and I hope like somebody watching this uses this method. I count to 3. Right before I go on the stage, count to 3 and say, "Fuck it." I just say 1, 2, 3. Let's do it. And just forget about whatever could happen. Forget about embarrassing myself. I'm like, fuck it. Let's just go out and do it.
It's like a switch.
Yeah.
It's like a switch.
Literally just say, all right. And that's literally what, you know what I mean? That's pretty much what gauges it.
Yeah, man. So the courage, the confidence, you definitely built it, but I'm sure those jitters are still there.
Every time.
As they're there for everyone.
Yeah.
Just like me, I breathe before my shows because I got to do my breaths.
Absolutely,
it's
man.
my essentially 1, 2, 3, let's go. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
That's literally what it is. So, you've done that show. After that, going into the music, I've heard you on 2 podcasts, 1 podcast and 1 radio interview. And, you go ahead and you start dropping music. So you dropped the first day out, and that YouTube video went hard. Like,
absolutely,
I get chills showing that video to people, bro. I really do, because I'm like, you don't even know what you're about to like get into right now.
Yo,
like, I get chills because in the beginning, it's very like, it's real. It's real as fuck. Like, it's real as fuck. It's very quiet, and then a beat comes in.
Absolutely,
and then it's like, oh shit. It's like, we're here right now. We're here right now. Developing that song,
You know what's crazy? I literally, all right, so I was in the county. So you got county and then you got state prison.
Correct.
So I was in the county fighting my case, right? At this point, I'm facing literally damn near life. I'm facing football numbers. At this point, it's like, nigga, you might not never come home. Do you really want to rap right now? So I wrote First Day Out the first time, and it just wasn't it. And I'm just like, I'm not manifesting myself. Like, because it was hard for me to write from the perspective of, I just came home. So I write it the first time. It didn't go. I'm like, nah. I write it the second time. I'm beating on the table. Everybody's like, yo, I like this. But I'm like, it doesn't sit right with me. I didn't do what I was supposed to do on it. And then I go upstate. This is when I got sentenced to the 4 years. And I'm like, okay, I have a gauge on when I'm going to come home. Let me sit down with this song. And then it took like 2 weeks. We was locked in on, because COVID. So we was locked in. We couldn't come out.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there writing it. And honestly, I wrote some of my best raps in prison. Like, I wrote a lot of raps. It was just the first day out. I'm like,
I want to see that stack of papers that you have.
Bro. Oh, that shit is, it's literally a fucking bucket of like thousands of papers, a bunch of books. The music that I haven't even touched on that. It's just a couple of times where I'll freestyle on Instagram. I'm like, all right, let me pull this freestyle from years ago out.
Wow.
And
do you touch them up, or do you just usually let it rip?
I touched them up because I'm like, all right, this wouldn't go now. Because certain metaphors that I'll put together, I'm like, all right, that doesn't apply today because this is no longer this way. So now I got to switch it up.
I hear you.
Like, because I'll make a reference, and it'll be a reference that was like only relevant in 2020. So I'm like, no, I got to switch it up now. Mm-hmm. And honestly, when I wrote First Day Out and I knew that it was when I was in a prison yard. And there's like roughly 300 people out there with me. Out of the 300, it was about 200 people surrounding me around a fucking bench. And I'm beating on the bench and I'm rapping it. And the COs are in it. They're like, bro, what the fuck? And they're like, yo, what are you doing here? And then that's when I'm like, all right, I got it. That's First Day Out. And then I just kept it in tuck. And from there, I just wrote a million songs.
More and more and more, man. How often did writing help you just mentally get into a better state of mind?
It helped me through everything. Like, it helped me literally it helped me forget that. It was like my escape. It was like, all right, I'm not there right now. Because I did a lot of time in a hole. I did about 6 months in solitary confinement.
That's horrific.
And
that's so shitty.
It's crazy though.
Shitty. I didn't even know it was like that. Like 6 months consecutive days.
I wouldn't even say consecutive because I got 2 weeks free and then I got caught with something and then they sent me back.
Listen, fuck the honey bun. Like, like a fucking honey bun, whatever. But point being is, regardless of those 2 weeks or not, you were still in there for 4 months straight. 4 months. I don't know. I'm sure the movies say you don't see light. You know, I don't know the extent of it.
It was literally like the movies. It was in the spot that I was at, and this is the crazy part. I didn't do anything to go in there. They just didn't know. They was like, well, we can't classify you to go with the regular people yet because your charges are so heavy. So we're gonna sit you in a hole. And then they treated us as if it was in a hole. We didn't get. I'll give it 23 and 30 minutes. 23 and a half and 30 minutes. 30 minutes to get out and shower. And then they didn't even let us call our families. They was like, But in that time, I was like, all right. I ordered on commissary like 3 fucking, my bad. I ordered on commissary 3 of those little yellow pads where it wasn't even a notebook. It was the pads that I just started writing. I wrote some of the craziest metaphors and I'm like, what? This is the interesting thing that happened to me though. I left with a garbage bag. I left the county to another county with a garbage bag full of it. By the time I go upstate, they threw that garbage bag of shit out. So when I got upstate, I had to write what I can remember from that, and I had to say, all right, double time. Now I gotta write way more.
That's so shitty, bro.
Yeah, I was actually angry, but I'm like, what am I gonna do? Get pepper sprayed? That's why I'm like, fuck it. Like, cause I was like, damn, y'all. Cause I asked them, I was like, you guys got, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, you think you could go pick? She's like, yeah, I could go pick it up. So I'm like, all right, perfect. She's going there to pick up my property so I can go upstate. And they give her like a fucking bag with like a book, a Bible, and like something else in it. And it's just little. And they was like, here. And she's like, yeah, they gave me your stuff. I'm like, my raps was in there? No, they just had like pictures and stuff. So I was like, pictures? Like, where's my raps? I had like a garbage bag full of like some of my best stuff. So there's like, oh, then I asked them, they was like, oh yeah, we threw that away months ago.
Wow.
And I was like, nigga. Like,
well, damn, son.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like, what the fuck? I was trying to use that. No, that's fucked up, man. I can't believe that. I can only imagine. That's like,
you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
It motivated me more. It made me say, you know what? Now I have to drag my nuts on every time I rap. Now every time I rap, I have to act out. Like, because I was like, the thing that I cried. I'm a crybaby. Like, I cried when that shit happened. Because I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I ain't crying in front of nobody. I couldn't cry in front of nobody. They'll try to play with me. But like, I definitely like shed some thug tears. Like, damn, like, y'all really gonna do me like that? But then when I sat down, I'm like, I have to write and I have to OD. But the stuff that I wrote in that garbage bag was like top of the line. Like, if you've heard the shit that I be rapping now, this shit is miniature to that. I'm like, because I was rapping, you would have thought that I was sitting fucking cross-legged, floating writing this shit. Because I was so lyrical. But I guess they was like, nigga, you're too lyrical. Nobody's gonna understand that. But I was like, damn, nigga, like, this could have got us out the jacks.
So, speaking about lyricism, you know, you are a lyricist. You have a great flow. You know how to put words together great, like phenomenally, bro. Like,
thank you, bro.
really, really, really good at it. And I love that you put the subtext at the bottom all the time. You often throw it in your reels. If you use a double entendre, you make sure to let the people know that it is a double entendre.
Absolutely.
You know, it's very smart and wise of you to do that, and these metaphors and everything. It's just a really good flow, putting it all together, man. So, like, developing the words, the word structure. How did you get so familiar with just the word structure of how you want to put your words together? Like, there's a lot of words in a dictionary, brother. And although I'm a speaker, I can't say I'm one of the best. You know, like, there are terms that I hear and I'll be like, what? Like, absolutely. How did you develop your vocabulary as an artist?
Literally, I know it sounds crazy. No, not even crazy. Because I listened to Eminem. For like, when I was younger, I sat down. I missed out on the height of Drake. When Drake and them first came out, I missed out on all of that. Because I sat down and I'm like, because I was like, yo, I want to be a better rapper. My older brother was like, yo, study Eminem. He's like, if you want to be great, study Eminem. You might not get to Eminem, but you're going to get pretty fucking good. And I sat there and I listened to that man for like about 3 years. Even to the point where you ever ate a box of cakes or some shit, and then you eat so much of it, you're like, if I see another one, I'm gonna throw up. I listened to so much of him where I was like, fuck, like, I don't, but I had to. And once I learned his whole, all right, this is what he's doing. It's like studying an athlete or something. I had to study, all right, this is how he's doing this. This is how he put this word together. That and rap battles. Like, that showed me, I'm like, oh, they're putting their words like this. And then you could, oh, Lil Wayne too, my bad. Lil Wayne too. Like, certain rappers that I was studying that where I'll just, instead of me listening to what they're saying, I'll be like, oh, that's fire. But I'm like, how did you say that? What made you just do that? And then eventually I sat down, I'm like, all right, I can put words together. I'm like, I need to start trying it. So then I learned about compound words, right?
Okay.
Like breakfast, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody could say like break fast. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, I can play with that word. Oh, they break fast like eggs and bacon, some shit like, you know what I mean? So it made me learn like, oh, shit, I could put, and then.
Good one. They break fast like eggs and bacon. I like that. That's a good one.
And it's weird because I learned like how to like, all right, I can play around with words. And then eventually I just took it into my own hands. I'm like, oh, all right. And then now I can do certain different things like, oh, I can stretch this. I can say this word 6 different times and it's going to mean 6 different things. Like it's a weird thing. It's a lot of studying.
You know what else you have? I'm sorry to cut you off. Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry.
No, you good, bro.
Off. What else you have is you have a certain way of saying certain words. Like even when you're speaking though, I hear it. Like there are some words that you like, I don't know how to like emulate it because I don't want to fuck it up, but it'd be like this is kind of how it
like
sounds.
Yeah.
Like, but when you're rapping as well, you have like a way of doing that. It's like you're rolling your double L's.
Absolutely.
It's like you roll your double L's. Like, what's his name? Fuck, man. That Mexican OT.
Yeah.
That Mexican OT, you know?
It's crazy.
I've never heard someone say, but like, that's what it is. That's what it is. You use that as well. You have it in your speech as well. It's not just you rapping. That's just how you enunciate your words.
Absolutely, man.
You know, so it's like, did you develop that? I'm sure.
Literally, I've been doing that since I was younger. One of my exes, I won't even say her name, you know who you are.
Shout out.
She used to always be like, yo, you always roll your tongue. I'm like, I don't know why. She's like, I don't know, it's adorable. I'm like, no, but I don't know. But like, literally, it's just a weird thing. I don't know what's with my speech, but there's certain words I'll just, and then sometimes I'll go like without, but for some reason, I think it's when I get like hyper. Like when I'm saying something and I'm like trying to get it out, I'm like, I just did it.
You just did it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, 1000%, bro. You just did it.
It's like it's a weird thing, but literally the LT, the that's his name, LT?
The Mexican OT. That
Mexican OT. I'm not gonna lie. He does it like, it's every sentence. And I mess with it. But it's just like, that's a lot of, I'm like, damn.
No, I mean, you use it really well, man. It helps you as an artist, you know, especially when you're trying to use these metaphors, everything like that, bro. It's phenomenal. I think it's a great thing to have when you're doing that. So, you know, we had first day, I want to just go back real quick. Something I do find interesting is that you did an interview with the 105.1 New York hip hop radio station. And in that interview, he had asked you who you looked up to. And, you know, you said who you looked up to, but then later in that interview, you did a freestyle. And in the back end of that interview and the freestyle, you had mentioned all those people who you were like, you know, that you look up to. You're like, Tupac, Biggie, Drake, K-Dot, Cole. Like, you know, I'm not, you know, I could be up there with them. And then you were like, Eminem and Lil Wayne, maybe not. But I thought that was cool that you reiterated that again, because those guys up there, you must really have a high respect and high regard for them.
Certain rappers like Eminem and Lil Wayne. I feel like, and I do feel as if this, right? If I sat down with even Kendrick, I love Kendrick, even Kendrick, Drake, the J. Cole, everybody who I mentioned, I feel like if they sat me in a room, it's just, I'm not famous, so I don't have the accolades that they do.
Yeah.
But I'm like, lyrically, if I sat in a room with them and he's like, yo, all right, let's go verse for verse on a song. And I wrote, and they gave me at least a day, because I write most of my verses 30 minutes tops. Mm-hmm. But if they gave me a day to sit down, J. Cole I'm a little scared of, but gave me a day to sit down and pen my verse, I think that I will probably most likely either walk out victorious or we're just going to come to a damn deadlock. And this is going to be like, all right, J. Cole and Kendrick, two people where I'm like, I respect their pen, but I'm like, it'll be a deadlock with us. Cause I'm like, I can do what they do. Like, I know everything they do. I'm like, I could do. I could tell stories like Kendrick. I can make voices like Kendrick. I can make metaphors like Cole. I can do all of the lyrical miracle, immaculate, all that. Like, but it's just Eminem and Lil Wayne. They are doing something where I'm like, they would make me feel like a fucking infant in a room with them. Cause I'm like, Eminem raps at Lil Wayne. All right, Lil Wayne, I'm sorry, Weezy. If I wrote with Lil Wayne, we might just come to a deadlock. But
Weezy's filthy.
People
are downplaying Weezy nowadays.
Oh,
Can we talk about it? Like,
Weezy is ridiculous. He says some of the craziest stuff, but I'm like, Weezy, I be coming up with some crazy metaphors too, man. I be coming up with some of the craziest things. It's just Eminem is the one where I'm like, Eminem, I can't fast rap, right? I could do it to an extent. Like, I can do heaps of fast rap.
Yeah.
But even that, I'm like, no, because if he fast raps, I'm going to slow rap with heavy metaphors. That's how I'm going to try to fight about. But with Eminem, he raps at such a high level. Wayne, too, they rap at a very high level where I'm like, fuck. I'm like, that's hard to do. It would take, I would need a month to write a verse, like, to get with them. And they'll probably write, Lil Wayne don't even write his verses. He's just going in the booth and just saying
he's nice with it.
The hottest shit that I've ever heard. And Eminem, I'm sure he hasn't written a verse, because it's like, Jay-Z, I'll dog you. But, like, yeah, those two, those are the only ones who I feel like, all right.
The only, like, Eminem bar that sticks with me often is the Asama Lama Dumma Lama, you assuming I'm a superhuman.
Yo,
Asama Lama Dumma Lama, you assuming I'm a superhuman. That's how you fucking open up that verse?
The greatest Eminem bar that I've ever heard is when he said, they said I can't rap. I could cuss, right?
Yeah.
I've been cussing anyways. Yeah, I was just cussing.
It's too late now.
He said, they said I can't rap about being broke no more. They didn't say I couldn't rap about coke no more. You think I won't choke no words till her vocal cords don't work in her throat no more? I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, what the fuck? How do you write something like that?
Fucking Eminem, bro.
Eminem.
And then I know you have a high respect for Kanye.
That's my favorite.
In his artistry as a musician, maybe not on his political views, but
Kanye, number one, I'm his lawyer, by the way. I've been every time.
All right, let's talk about it. What's going on Twitter then?
Every time it's like he comes and he's like, yo, we forgive you again. Come on. Then he's like, but wait, there's more. And it's just like, bro, what's wrong with you?
Slow.
He just finds a way to, like, and it's frustrating because I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't get me wrong. I do believe by the time because I love Kanye. Like, that's like my idol. He made me want to make music. Like, the first album I ever listened to in my life and, like, invested myself in was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Really?
And that's
like a middle-aged Kanye right there.
Yeah, and that's his best work.
Graduation.
Graduation's official, but My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is like him at his pinnacle.
Okay.
Because, like, even Rolling Stone had it, like, in the top 5 albums of all, like, out of any genre of all time. Because it's, like, a great album. It's just, once I heard that, I'm like, bro, you're the greatest. Like, and then I had to dig back because I was I'm young. Mm-hmm. So I had to dig back. I'm like, let me listen to old Kanye. Then I listened to College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, 808s and Heartbreak, up to that. And then Life of Pablo came out. I was like, I like it. You're cool. Then Ye came out. I'm like, oh, I like it. At first I didn't like it. Then years later, I'm like, all right, I see what you did there, Ye. And then everything else after that, I'm going to be honest with you, and I love you, Kanye. I'm sorry, but I don't care for vultures. I don't like vultures. Get away from Ty Dolla $ign. I'm sick of I'm sick of it. Stop it. Go get around like whoever he was around before. He needs to get back around them.
Yeah, man.
We need for his legacy to be good because he's tarnished himself with such whoop-diddy scoops. Like, I need him to make one more great album to where it's like, all right, we got you. Because, like, that's my idol. Like, I literally defend his honor, but right now, I'm just looking at him like, yo, Ye, you're on your own with this one.
Yeah.
Because now Ye's like a badass 5-year-old.
Okay.
It's like he'll walk up to the stove and touch it. He'll look at everybody like, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? It's crazy. And then, and plus, I'm in support. Look, any of his views, any of what, I do not stand by it. I don't stand by none of it. He's crazy.
You're looking at him as an artist and just an artist.
Yeah, as an artist, he's amazing. I think what made him lose his mind was, him losing. Yeah, it was Donda. I think that made him go off the. Well, no, he's always been crazy.
Nah, bro. I mean, I'm sure you've seen that interview when he's with Ellen. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you've seen that interview. If you haven't, we'll show you after the show. But that to me is one of the most powerful interviews that Kanye did, and he's like, listen, like you guys like that I'm crazy, like he was really like, you guys like this shit. But if I do this and that, it was insane. It was a lot. But I want to just transition subjects here real quick. I want to reflect back on that interview that you did at the 105.1 New York hip hop radio station. How did you get there, bro? What was that all about? How did you make how did you get connected into that platform?
There was a showcase out in Jersey.
Okay.
Right. And one, I was scared because I don't know anybody in Jersey.
How did you get to Jersey? Who told you about the showcase?
Who did tell me? It was a dude named Tempo. And he was part of something called The Good Company. And they reached out to me because they seen my videos and stuff. And they was like, yo, we want to get you out for this showcase. You interested? So I'm like, yeah, I paid my bread. I'm like, let's go. So I went out there. Now, I'm not going to lie. I mean this in a humble way. When I go into showcases though, in my head, I already have it in my head. I'm like, I won. Like, it's nothing. I'm going to come in here and because I know what I'm going to do. I'm like, I'm going to leave my heart out here. No, because I know a lot of people deal with, they want to be too cool for school. They want to walk around and show if they fit.
They want to just do karaoke. That's all they want. Yeah.
I'm trying to sweat. I'm like, we're going to break a sweat. I'm going to make everybody laugh, cry, whatever I got to do. But I'm like, I'm coming out there because I'm a competitor. When it comes to rap, I'm a competitor. If I'm on a song with somebody, I'm trying to take their head off. If I'm going to a showcase and there's people there, I'm like, I've got to be the hardest act to follow. I want to make sure like, damn, why I got to go after him? I want to make sure, because I'm like, I do love the art of this, but when it comes to a showcase, I hate to be the guy, but I'm like, I have to. I got no choice.
I'm that guy.
And when I went through there, I acted a donkey, but I didn't know. See, those crowds there, they be like, they don't really know how to, they're too cool to bop. But
I just like that.
Yeah, they're too cool to bop. So I didn't know if they was feeling it until after I got done performing. And it was just a long ass silence. And they was like, yo, I was like, oh shit, y'all like me. I was like, why did y'all say that? So it's crazy. Right after it, they was like, yeah, da. I almost lost. Cause I guess politics. Yeah, I guess they didn't want to, you know what I mean? But
not a Pocono guy winning that.
Yeah, they was like, man, he's not
from Pennsylvania.
The dudes fought for it. They was like, nah, he won that shit. They was like, nah, he won. And it's crazy because this happened to me twice. I almost got rigged at another showcase, like in the same thing. They've had their winner pick, but they fought. They was like, nah, bro, nah, he won. So when I go, now that made me say, I'm like, oh, if I go to a showcase, I'm trying to act a full-on mule. Like, I can't play around in there. Mm-hmm. So once I got the interview, I'm not even gonna lie, I was nervous as hell. Like,
I could tell you were a bit, short-breathed.
Hell yeah.
Very.
I was high as a giraffe's
I would
ass.
be scared too.
Like, I literally I was in there, damn, because I'm like, if I fuck this up, if I stumble on a word, I'm like, damn. But I went in there and like, they was pretty welcoming and all that, and it was cool. And I'm still in touch with them. Like, I'm still in touch with the folks from around it. That's why I'm like, it was a blessing to have that, because that let me know, I'm like, damn, I can take it there. I just have to apply myself.
That interview was monumental. It was really good. That interviewer was phenomenal. His name is
DJ M-Eazy.
Tempo? Oh, DJ M-Eazy.
Tempo's the one, he put it all together. Him and DJ Tarzan put it together, and they introduced me to DJ M-Eazy.
Yeah, man, they hooked you up. It was a great interview for you to be part of, to even just see you out there from the Poconos. People, they see that and they're like, oh, it is possible. And it puts, you were talking about accolades earlier. That's an accolade. That's a huge accolade, bro.
Absolutely.
To get on the radio in New York City, like, what the fuck? Like, come on.
It was surreal when it was going down. Like, I was looking at my bro 24 and I was like, bro, what the fuck are we going through? He's like, nigga, you're doing this shit right now.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, I was in disbelief. I'm like, yo, this shit is real right now. Then I walked in there. I walked past the Breakfast Club. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm just looking around this place. I'm like, damn, yo, like, I'm really. But that let me know. That put something in my heart that let me know, like, bro, it's possible. Because, you know, some local artists will have it in their head that it's not tangible. The fame, the riches, the fucking life, that's not tangible. It's possible. You can get there. It's right there. That let me know. Once I step foot in there, I'm like, yo, I can do it. I just have to literally have to do it. Because I can either think about it or I can just do it. Or I can think and do it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, it's a weird thing. I was like, I could sit there and talk about it all day. Like, I'm going to go on Power 105. But it's one thing to say, I'm going to make the moves to get there.
With the time lost in your life, do you feel like that makes you always want to go and do it right then and there? If an opportunity presents itself, are you always trying to get through to it?
You know what's crazy? I honestly lost sight of like the time that I did because I have a certain bone in me where I'll be like, nah, I'm procrastinate to the last fucking minute. And I'll just like, then I'll just go and pop out and like literally every time I'm like, I'll procrastinate to the last minute. And people around me like, nigga, get the fuck up. I'm like, hold on, yo. Like, it's crazy because I'm just not like, just now as of recently, I learned like, oh no, I have to apply myself. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to get where I want to get if I'm not applying the pressure. And plus time getting sexy, like it's time to.
You said that. Time's getting sexy. That's the first time I ever heard that. What does that even mean? She's stripping herself? She's going away? Is that what that means? Like,
it's like literally like time's just, it's running. It's running. Like, it's like, damn, like it's time
sexy.
to. Like, yo, literally.
Listen, let's tune into Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. Cheers, my good man.
All right.
We're going to pick a question out of this teapot. The Hennessy is flowing. We're having a wonderful time here. Let's do it.
Hennessy.
Creez, my good man. I need you to pick a question out of this teapot. Hand me the paper, and I will read it aloud. Welcome to Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea / Hennessy. Let's see. This is, I think, the question that I put today. It is the question that I put today. All right, so the question of the day, this comes from, excuse me, wow. This comes from SMN Tyreek. Thank you for submitting your question.
Shout out my brother, man.
Are you a person who latches to knowledge or knowledge latches to you? Meaning you gain knowledge on certain things by just observing rather than going out looking to learn specific things. So are you a person who latches to knowledge or knowledge latches to you?
I would say knowledge latches to me.
Yeah.
Like literally, I don't go looking for nothing. It's literally like through the experience of life, through the human experience, I will just eventually gain the wisdom through experiences. So it's almost like a natural cause. It just naturally comes to me. And I was like, oh shit, I wouldn't even know that I learned something. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know that I learned a certain word. It'll just subconsciously be there. I won't know that I learned a certain value within myself. It'll just be there. You know what I mean? So it's almost like I don't really go looking for it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a lazy man. But it definitely comes to me through the experience, and I'm just observant to the point where I'll pick up and be like, okay, I gotta lock that in the memory card. You know what I mean?
I respect that. I think I'm on vice versa. I'm on the other side of it. I think I go out looking for knowledge and I find a way to obtain that knowledge and see it. You know, like I do tend to learn by observing and or doing, more so doing than observing. And that's why I feel like for me, I go out looking for it. I go out looking for that knowledge to go and be able to do it because I need to do it.
Absolutely.
If I'm watching you rap, I won't know how to rap until I do it.
Actually, yeah.
Exactly. Until I do it. So that's just me. I feel as if I'm a person who latches on knowledge instead of knowledge latching onto me. Latching onto me, man. That was a great question.
That was an amazing question.
So that was Tea Time. Not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. Real quick session here because we're moving through this conversation, brother. One of the things that I really wanted to reflect on and get your personal, your POV, how things were for you on this night. And I think you know what night I'm referring to. Atmosphere Music Festival 2024.
Woo!
Atmosphere Music Festival 2024. Holy shit, Creez broke the house down. Okay, you really did. If it were a showcase, you would definitely be up there in the top performances of the night because there were other reputable artists who tore the stage down as well. But you, my friend, were fucking. I remember backstage before we started the show. I think I asked you while you were on deck getting ready to go on stage. I was like, "Are you keeping your shirt on, bro? What's going on here?" Like, you keeping your shirt? Your girl was there. You're like, nah. She wants me to keep it on this one, so I'm gonna keep it. You said I'm gonna keep it on, but I'm gonna still tear the house down. And damn, bro, reflecting, thinking now, knowing how you prepare for your shows and how you go out there, I could see the nervousness within your eyes before you got out there to get ready to do this show, and then I could also see the 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely, man.
I see it. I now reflecting back, knowing what it was, I see it, I understand it. And damn, man, talk to me, your experience.
Number one, that was like the biggest show I've ever done. Like, I've never had that much people. Like, usually I'll do like small, like, so I appreciate you guys for even putting me down with that, because that shit, like, I was like, bro, what the fuck?
The stage, the venue.
Yeah, the stage. It was just like everything that I've ever wanted to do. And I'm looking, I'm like, yo, bro, like, this shit, like, what the hell? Like I was literally like floating on the inside. And when I went out there, I loved it because the crowd was very supportive. And even when they wasn't, I'm like, I'm running in the crowd. Y'all about to turn up with me. I'm running in the crowd. It was crazy. And the most amazing part, not to be a sentimental little bitch, it was just me. It was me looking at my mom, because she was like she's an important figure in my life. She's been there since like literally
since birth.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yep, like since birth. Like, it's crazy. And watching her, like, she's seen me at the lowest of lows, of course, jail. Yeah. And her seeing me there, and I seen it in her eyes, I'm like, yo, she is proud. I'm like, that's all I ever wanted. I'm like, she's fucking proud. And that shit like really hit. And that really gassed me. I'm like, I'm about to go climb on some shit. I'm hyped now.
You did.
I'm like, my mom sees me. I'm like, oh shit, my mom here. And it was crazy because when I went up there, I was hyped, and like the atmosphere, like, no pun intended, shout out atmosphere.
Shout out atmosphere.
It was like amazing. I'm like, yo, this shit, it was a high. It was like crack. Like, I never did crack, but like whatever crack feels like, that was it. Like, I was like, yo, this shit is lit. And that's an experience I wish I can live 100 times over. Like, I wish I can literally go back in time with a fucking DeLorean from back in the future and do that shit 100 times over the same way. Like, I loved it there. And especially like my bro, 24, he was able to experience it with me. Jay. Like, it was just amazing. I'm like, damn, we're sharing this shit. Like, the whole thing. It was a damn DJ. I ain't never had a DJ in my motherfucking life. Really? It was just, here, take the aux. Like, take the aux, put your phone in, and then perform perform and shuck and jive. Nigga, like, no, this was amazing. I'm like, yo, I got a DJ. Like, it's a DJ. And he's like, wow. It was amazing. And I like I said, if I can do that shit 1,000,000 times over, I'd do it.
It makes me so happy to hear that, man. It really does. Like, the way you just broke it down with the whole DJ and everything, with the aux cord and things like that. Like, I never even thought about that. Never even considered
it. The small things like that. That shit, like, literally butters the biscuit. Like, amazing.
Well, I will tell you this. You won't be able to relive that same exact moment, but you will be able to relive Atmosphere.
Absolutely.
2025. We're announcing it right here, right now. Please welcome Creez Cooper to Atmosphere 2025. The Bill. Sir. He will be there. He will be turning up. Will you be there? We hope so, because we're going to do it bigger, badder, and better this year, man. It's going to be phenomenal.
It's going to be different, and I'm looking super forward to this shit, bro.
Like, now we got so much time. You know, we're ahead of schedule. We're talking things out. You know, there were so many things as an artist that we that you didn't experience because we just didn't have enough time. You know?
Absolutely.
Now,
man.
This time, there's a whole other plan with it. You know, the lights, everything, the backdrop. It's all customizable to your set. It's just gonna be that first experience. Time
enhanced.
Yeah.
It's on acid. That's why, like, this shit is about to be amazing.
The first time he was on crack. The second time
he's gonna be on acid.
You heard that right. You heard
Absolutely,
that right.
Man.
No, man, you did a phenomenal job there, bro. You were freestyling. You were interacting with the crowd. You got them all fired up. It was a great performance, and I'm very happy and glad to have you back again.
Absolutely, I'm glad to be back, my man.
For 2025, man, because it's gonna be fucking.
This is gonna be a movie, dude. Right here, man.
But yeah, man, I know you are one of the better freestylers that I've ever met in my life, and I do
thank you, my
freestyle
guy.
just so you know.
Oh,
But I'm not the man with this shit. But I will just say the other day it was St. Patty's Day parade here in Scranton, and I had one bar, bro. I had one bar.
What was
That
the
shit
bar?
I thought it was fire.
what was the bar?
It probably wasn't, but I was a little drunk. I was a little, sipping and shit like that, bro. So it was like, hey, I was here with my people. I'm like, hey, check it. Okay. Happy St. Patty's Day. I ain't Irish, but I'm looking at Billie Eilish through her eyelids. Oh shit.
Hold on, time out. That was he cooked. He cooked. He cooked. He cooked. He cooked. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I ain't Irish, but I'm looking at Billie Eilish through her eyelids.
Oh my
God.
goodness.
And I looked at the crowd at that moment and I said, Methadonics, you need to sign me. Oh man, but that's
Damn,
bro. As good as it gets for me.
That was a bar. That was a bar and like a half. That was OD. That was a bar. My God.
I appreciate it. Let me know.
Anybody rhyme Billie Eilish with eyelids is a fucking issue. That was a bar. I approve.
Thank you, man. So I know you wanted to do something here for us, man.
Oh, yes,
So,
sir,
I mean, the
man.
floor is yours. Guys, prepare yourself because this man is about to fucking break it down here on the Middleman Podcast. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
If somebody ever tells you I'm the fucking greatest, slap his ass in the face and say that's an understatement. And if they tell you I'm the GOAT, just say I'm underrated. I ain't find the word for me yet. Just hold on, I'm fucking waiting. Nasty nigga, I fuck a bitch on her punctuating. Money fluctuating while Uncle Samuel was up in payments. I keep my head above water, feet on the fucking pavement. Like a careless doctor, man, lately I'm losing fucking patience. Looking at these rappers like it's dinner time. Bro gon' wipe his nose like he 5 years old in the wintertime. That bozo said my name on the track like it was gon' give him shine. My goons play like they ran out of toothpaste. That ain't no sense in dying. Tension intensifies. Now it's niggas, women, and children dying. With the shits anytime, we run into niggas like finish lines. If niggas mention mines, we gon' kiss us, like, we gon' lift the nigga like window blinds. If the bitch demi slime, I'ma kiss her sister like Clementine. Don't trust her soul like a cup of soda that's from Flexibles. You suck and blow with her butt exposed up until my nuts explode, bro. Up in pose and you crushing foes. That's my slime like runny nose. They want the dough and they want control, but they going up and spoke. Oh, I said, these fucking hoes and they want the dough, but I got bills like Buffalo. Hold on. I said, don't trust a soul like a cup of soda that's from Cliff Huxtable, bro. She suck and blow with her butt exposed up until my nuts explode, bro. Up and pose and you crushing foes. That's my slime like runny nose. These fucking hoes want the fucking dough. I got bills like Buffalo. I love the dough and I'm a fucking blow it just like a runny nose. They want control, they gonna cut my throat. If they want, I'm running the show. If they want control, they gonna have to cut my throat. Bro, up and, I fucked it up. I fucked it up.
Hey.
Yo, I was drunk. Hey, yo. Yo, I can run it back. My
Run it back.
My foot.
Ring the bell whenever you're ready.
I gotta lock in. I'm locked in.
The mask is coming on.
If somebody ever told you I'm the fucking greatest, slap his ass in the face and say that's an understatement. And if they say I'm the GOAT, just say that I'm underrated. I ain't find a word for me yet. Just hold on, I'm fucking waiting. Dirty nigga, I fuck a bitch on her punctuation. Money fluctuating while Uncle Samuel's up in payments. I keep my head above water, feet on the fucking pavement. I'm just like a careless doctor. Lately, I'm losing fucking patience. Looking at these rappers like it's wintertime. Bro gon' wipe his nose like it's dinner time. Bro gon' wipe his nose like it's 5 years old in the wintertime. That bozo said my name on the track like it was gon' give him shine. My goons play like they ran out of toothpaste. It ain't no sense of dying. Tension intensifies. Now it's women, niggas, and children dying. With the shits anytime. We run niggas into niggas like finish lines. If a bitch did me slime, I'ma kiss her sister like Clementine. If niggas mention mine, we gon' pull up like it's a window blind. Don't trust a soul like a cup of soda that's from Cliff Huxtable. She suck and blow with her butt exposed up until my nuts explode, bro. Up and pose and he clutching foes. That's my slime like runny nose. These fucking hoes want the fucking dough. I got bills like Buffalo. I love the dough and I fucking blow it just like a runny nose. I'm run the show. If you want control, then you got my cut my throat. I'm coming bold. If you want the smoke, then you going up in smoke. I'm puffing smoke. Delivery give you death like I'm cutting dope. I'm way too nice for my own good. And I might fuck around and start charging for features. I noticed the whole gang sound like follow the leader. I'm gonna be international. I'll be the bomb in Korea. It's hard to understand my work. I'm a biology teacher. You send a track, I'm Merker Versman. I'll be prompt with the features. It's hard to defeat a young artist like me with a hardy demeanor. You can't see me. I took your John when I seen her. But I'm finna sell out all the arenas. Like MSG, Staples Center, shit, all the arenas. And I got dough and cheese coming like I ordered the peaches, so I'ma stay up out the court like the bleachers. Oh, shit. I think they just woke the dragon with hope and passion. I just been busy staying woke and rapping and multitasking. I'm gonna be putting on multi-plats to go multi-platinum, nigga. I'm bowling on my Cody status, they OD average. Man, rapping is getting too easy. I'm OJZ, meet New Weezy with School Yeezy. With 2 Jeezys, I'm too freaky like Houdini. 2 see me, you need 3 Jada Kisses and 2 beanies. 2 Ouijas and 2 squeegees. And even then I'll still be able to move freely and do neatly. Man, I'm a smooth species. Chris Brown with the dance move because I move breezy. The niggas you think be the wave usually move greasy. And I just brush them off 360 silky smooth greasy. And watch my hoes ooh-wee me.
Walk off stage. Walk off stage. Go, walk away. Walk away. Come back. Walk away. Come back. Creez Cooper, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, man. Holy.
Thank you.
Tough, bro. Good work, man. Good work. Listen, bro, it's all lyricism. It's all bars. You know, you got it. Your breath control is one of the things that, you know, you're definitely still working on.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
man. Because if I always said, if I can learn how to literally run around and rap at the same time, I'd be a problem.
Yeah, Kanye does run across the.
Yeah, he go bad.
No, that was phenomenal, bro.
Thank you,
that
bro.
Was, I
had to lock it. The hen was getting. I had to lock it.
Listen, you guys should really check out his Instagram. If you check out his Instagram, there is a plethora of freestyles, wonderful video footage that you capture.
Absolutely,
People
bro.
capture for you, open mic performances, and that's really where, in my opinion, you can really see the lyricism, the breakdown, because you have the words laid out for the people. And you can really see the metaphors, the similes, the double entendres,
Absolutely.
all on Instagram at Forever Creezin'.
Forever Creezin', man.
You guys got to go check them out. Give them a follow. Be sure to tap in. More music coming underway. YouTube videos as well. But there was one song that I wanted to talk to you about. It was a reel, and it was a slow one. It was a bit slower, and it was more so the caption and also the message in the song. And the song was about you speaking to a son.
Oh my God. Yo, I'm fucking glad somebody actually like recognized that. Like this, that just made my day, bro. Cause like, you know, that was one of my flops. And I'm like, damn, but I don't think anybody was gonna feel it because
It didn't like blow up, but damn, like that shit
yeah.
resonates.
And absolutely, bro. Cause a lot of people deal with, I have a son. I recently just had a son, and I literally, this was written while he was on his way, because I always had to think, because I had a stepson at the time. And I was always thinking, I'm like, damn, like, I want to raise my son to be a fucking man. But then I had to think about it. What is a man? Am I going to tell my son not to cry and not to feel emotions and not to be a human? Like, what is a man? Because I can't tell him the definition of man is this stone-faced dude who has no regard or care and no compassion. Like, I had to show it, like, and it's two methods, because, you know, you got the gentle parenting,
Yep.
and you got the dude who's like, yo, stop crying, man. What are you crying for, man?
And you literally did both
Absolutely,
in the
man.
same video.
I had to speak from both perspectives because I understand both perspectives. And I still, you know what's crazy? Me having a son, I still don't know which one I identify with. Because I literally, once I seen him, because I was telling my like, I was telling her like, yo, no, like when whatchamacallit, like when my son comes, I'm not with none of that shit. He's not doing no crying, he's not doing no tantrums. But then I see him like, oh, you came out. Oh, bro, like you were adorable. Like, and I'm like, I don't think I could even yell at him. Like, I don't think I would have it in me. But then again, like, it's just certain things. This is like, if I teach him not to cry, all that's gonna do is just build up a big ass bottle of emotions that's gonna come out when he's a teenager, and he's gonna be punching the shit out of the walls. And then if I sit there and over coddle him, he's gonna be soft, and there's gonna be kids chasing him home from school. So it's like, what the hell are we to do? It's like you're caught into a weird, like,
A parallel, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you got the pros, the cons.
I'm
the
fucking
same.
glad that you recognized that song. I didn't think anybody was hearing that song out because I really meant that song.
No,
Like-
I could tell. I could tell the presentation of it as well. You know, the first presentation is you speaking to your son, more so talking about being a man and being a tough one. But It was something like, I'm trying to teach you how to save you from yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm trying to teach you how to save you from yourself. And then you also had another bar that really resonated with me, which was, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You're supposed to be the hand or something
Absolutely.
like that.
Yep.
And I was like, damn.
Pretty much teaching them be a boss.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The thing that inspired that is that I had a stepfather, street dude, gangster. He's locked up street dude. And I had my real father. He's a singer. He's a nice guy. And they both taught me two different things. They taught me two different sides. And that had me like literally conflicted all my life. Like, what the hell do I like? But literally that's the reason, like, that's one of the main inspirations. Cause I'm like, I was getting told two things from two different people. I'm like, damn, what the fuck do I do? Until eventually I got old enough to realize, I'm like, okay. But one thing that, whoever goes and checks this video out, one thing I want them to understand, I said to both of the kids, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You're supposed to be, like, that's one thing I made.
It was the same thing twice. Correct.
To both of them. So it's like, that's the main thing that I want them to come together about. Like, all right, but no matter what, make sure you're the hand. You know,
I'm glad I caught that, man. I'm pretty fucking good at this shit.
You're great at it. Great.
Well, Creez, my brother, it's been a pleasure having you join me here on the Middleman Podcast.
It's been a pleasure to be here, bro.
Episode 133. But before we get off the air, we like to give our guests the floor. If there's anything that you want to say to the people watching at home, anything, upcoming performances, upcoming tracks, anything like that, the floor is yours.
I have the hard part coming soon. It's a project of mine. It's my first project. I'm dropping it. Possibly April. I'm gonna give you guys a release date. Just follow me, Forever Creezing. But I have a whole mixtape called The Hard Part, and it's probably gonna be some of the most. This shit is. Let me tell you something. This shit is the best thing since crack. Nah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I promise you guys, it's gonna be amazing, and you guys are gonna feel it. A lot of people are gonna resonate with it. A lot of stories, a lot of funny times, a lot of you get a bit of everything. You get the singing shit, you get the rapping shit, you get the funny shit, you get trap. I just want you guys to know it's coming, and I'm putting money behind it, so it's gonna make a big splash. But I hope you guys enjoy this. You know what I mean? But it's called The Hard Part. Be on lookout.
The Hard Part coming to you soon. Coming on an Apple, on a DSP to you soon. And, go ahead. Speaking of microphone. Speaking of microphone.
Oh shit. Hey, shout out J24K, Exquisite Rolex. Shout out motherfucking Middleman Podcast. My dog right here, Kev. Shout out, I hate your outfit, man. Hey, we gonna put the 570 on the map, or the 272 now? Is that what we calling it? Because there's a lot of 272 numbers.
The real ones now.
Yeah, 570. We gonna put this 570 on the map, man.
570.
Like, this is the key. Let's all stick to absolute. Yo, man, let's do this, man.
Hey, with that being said, everyone, it was an absolute pleasure. Thank you for tuning in to the Middleman Podcast. We will see you next week. I am the man in the middle, Kevin Martinez. I am the man in the middle, Kevin Martinez, signing out. Peace.